Audio check, check, check. All right, good Saturday morning in Yabba Dabba Doo, sports fans. Welcome to Rockville Ice Arena, Rockville, Maryland, for the one and only game this weekend between your Pittsburgh Steel City Selects, Traveling Blacks, and these Montgomery Youth Hockey Association Ice Devils. We're gonna go by the Devils. That's way too much for me on a Saturday, so we're gonna go by the Devils for these guys in their home whites. We got one against the Devils, two against the Washington Pride here in Rockville. We got the Pride later today and tomorrow. We're at Rockville Ice Arena. This one's tight. I am literally on the glass. It's I got about 3 feet to the building wall behind me, so this is a tight view, but we've done this view before. The action gets quick in front of you. I'll bring you what I can as always, and we'll get this game underway. We got 1:06 on the warm-up clock. For this game, I've got to detangle my audio cord, so be patient. I will be back. All right, I'm back. Now I got to do another audio check, make sure she's working. So give me 20 seconds, let YouTube catch up over the delay. I'll know she's working, and we'll get going here. All right, she's working. So before we get into the festivities of hockey, we've got to have a moment today, and it's a sad moment, but we have to do it. It's hockey family. So that's Max Kiesel, and poor Max went over the Rainbow Bridge yesterday to his final Mighty Oak adventure in the sky. So Brett, we're thinking about you and Sarah and the rest of the Kiesel clan as you mourn the loss of your beloved Max. It's never easy. Find a nice sunny spot out at Mighty Oak Farms for him, or put him by the horses and hold those bird dog memories dear. I know he was with you for a long time, buddy, so we're thinking about you guys. Second shout out of the day goes to my main man, Dave Dahl. Not on the trip, which is a rare thing. We miss Grandpa Dahl on this trip. So we miss you, but we know why you're home. You are going to be in a much better place by the end of the week after your pending hip surgery. So good luck with that later this week. We'll all be thinking about you as you recover, and I promise you by this time next weekend, you're going to be a new man, Dave. Michelle had that done a couple of months back, and she is a new lady. So we're looking forward to a good outcome for you on your hip surgery this week. So you're now caught up on your Steel City Selects family hockey news from this week, and the girls are skating over to Tyndall to get the final instruction. For those of you that have watched this movie before, in February of last year we played here, and this is the ice sheet where the big rig got her name. She bodied a girl at the end of the first game against the Pride last year, and Tyndall called her the big rig. So they've got 17 on the clock here, so we're going to test the endurance early. That means 2-minute penalties, and Zivy and Kiesel in the backyard. Pilarski, King, and Detling up front. Detling waving to the camera here. Hopefully she gets tuned in for the game. Stripes, we've got Kanachi to my left in the pipes, and here we go. Pilarski jumps down the far wall, takes it in around behind the net. It's going to be tight in the corners here as always, but we'll give you what we can. She battles, holds the puck there, sends it down lower to Detling. Detling near wall. Around the back, no, not. Now she tried to center it, lost it to an Ice Devil, and here they come back the other way through neutral. Action will be quick. I'm on the glass for those of you that just joined. And now the Ice Devils go down the far side, miss everything on a shot to the near corner. They're going to battle it up the wall. Detling cannot get it out. Now Pilarski will overskate it. Devils take it deeper. They skate it into the top of the slot, and where Detling's going to pick it up, bring it over to the wall, bring it up right in front of us. They come, and now down the near corner. In around behind, the Devils pick it up. Quick change. Clardy out here with Makasenka, and Schuler joins the backyard. Detling jumps off. Here comes Taylor, and Kiesel's going to go off, and that'll let Dahl come out. No, it's Desai. So the pairs are a little mixed up here. Desai sends it ahead and can't get it in. It dies on the line. It's right in front of me here. Devils pick it up, bring it down into the high slot where Taylor cuts it off. Taylor drops it for Claherty. Claherty up to Makasenka. Too far. Can't handle the pass. Puck comes back the other way. Screen's going to be moving fast. I apologize, but that's all I can give you is Desai breaks that play up, sends it back to the line, not out. Now in behind Kanachi, where Schuler's going to pick it up there. Schuler drops it. Claherty in behind. Claherty up the far wall. Can't bang it too far ahead. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor hits the reverse, comes back into the center of the zone. Taylor banks it off the wall, out. Makasenka tips it, doesn't get it too far, and up it comes as Claherty falls down. Desai in the backyard picks it up, top of the yard, sends it up. Devils were changing, and now Claherty's going to pick this up in the backyard. Here comes the rig. The rig jumps out here with Yenny, and we'll see who their third's going to be if Claherty heads to the bench, which now it looks like she's finally going to do. It's going to be Swiss Army Niner coming out here in the backyard with Dahl, and Barfight up front joins the Rig and Yenny. Rig picks it up at the line, can't hold it, and Barfight's going to join that battle and take it in deeper. Maybe not. Comes back past the Niner and all the way back. Kanachi's going to leave it. Dahl picks it up there. Dahl's going to send it out, try to hit the Rig, but couldn't get it through the Devils. Yenny sends it into the far corner. All the way around behind, Barfight's going to go chase it. Barfight's battling back there for it like only she can. She sends it off the side of the net, still has it. Sends it around to the high point. Niner throws it into the far corner. Yenny picks it up there, overskates it, and here come the Devils back the other way. Devils down the near wall, around the Niner. They come in on Kanachi, put it in the goal mouth, and it goes across the crease over to the far side as Barfight and the Devil end up in the crease in front of Kanachi. Now around behind. Dahl banks it up the wall. She's going to skate it. Here she comes in front of us. Taking it to the far wall. Yenny hesitates on the line. Dahl banks it in deeper. Kiesel's now on. I see Kinger and Pilarski. Yenny needs to change. Kiesel and Dahl reunited in the backyard. Dahl across to Kiesel. Oh, she turns it over to a Devil. Devil shoots. Kanachi gloves it. And with 13:38, we'll get our first stoppage. No music to fight with here in this arena, so the timeouts will be quiet, which is good. Don't have to worry about the copyright issues. This one goes over to the far corner. Pilarski puts it to the wall. Zivkovic chips it up. Can't get it out past that last Devil. Kanachi gloves it again on a pitching wedge shot from the far point. So we'll go back to that far circle. I realize you can't see it. We're battling the arena boards, and I can't keep moving the camera to give you the views. Maybe we'll try a different angle at the period. I perched up here at the red line. Maybe I need to move just a bit to get that bar out of the way. We'll see. I'll tend to try to favor the zone where we're shooting. I didn't think of that. Detling gains the line, but has it taken away. Now regains, shoots. Missed everything to the far side. Goaltender gloves it. And we're going to get a stoppage and go to what should be the far circle. So you got a decent view of the net anyway at the end where we're shooting. Being 6 inches from the glass, this is about all I can give you. Pilarski going to step in and take this draw with Detling and Kinger. Kiesel and Zivy in the back. Marshall out with a melon. Klein out with a knee. Neither one made the trip. Detling in close, can't get a shot off. Zivkovic from the point shoots, falls down. Puck goes behind the net. Devils, near corner. They battle there. Here comes up the near wall. They send it into the center, over to the far wall. Zivkovic should get there, whack it back the other way. Devils, top of their backyard, pick it up. Kinger gets in there, chips at it, comes out of there with it. Here she comes across top of the zone, hits the Uno reverse, goes deeper with room, shoots. Knocked down, actually might have hit Pilarski. And now the Devils, no, Pilarski holds it. Kinger tried to drop it to Taylor Kent. Here come the Devils out. Devils back through neutral. Kiesel going to direct that player to the wall. They drop it high slot. Pilarski chips it, leaves it for Kinger. Kinger up the near wall, right in front of us, chips it around. Kinger gets pulled down, rear stripe with his arm up, and we're going to go on. The power ball, power play with 12:23 to go. First period. That should be 2 minutes at 17-minute periods. We'll check and make sure they play hockey the same way here in Maryland, and they do. And we're going to come into the near circle. Makasenka, Barfight, Stevens, Dahl, and Schuler come out here on the power play. You're not going to see the draw, but you can see the net. Barfight going to take it. Out here with Makasenko, the rig. She puts it over into the corner. Schuler tries to hold the point, throws it deeper to Makasenko. Makasenko in front to the Rig. Rig tipped it over. Now the Rig has it in the near circle. She drops it out to the point to Schuler. Schuler throws it, misses badly near side. Around the backside bar fight. Stevens taking heavy pressure in front of the net. Now she skates behind. Bar fight out to Schuler. Schuler golfed it out of the zone, turned it over, and thankfully chipped it. Now here come the Devils, down one into the zone. They get a shot off, Dahl blocked that, into the front, gets all the way in, and Kanachi has to play goaltender on the power play and glove it as the Rig lost her stick. Wholesale change. Pilarski, Kinger, Claherty, Zivy, and Desai come out. As Pilarski's going to take this draw, far circle. She golfs it back, and Zivkovic's going to pick it up back there behind. Hits the Uno reverse, goes up the far wall. Zivkovic up ahead, too far for Claherty. It's going to drift in. Kinger hits the speed. Kinger can't get there. She was shouldered out of the way. Goaltender covers. We're going to get a stoppage with 11:39, a minute 16 to go in the power play. We used to have Power Paw hand warmers as our sponsor, but we determined that those things suck. They didn't even last one game, so I never bought the ones for 10. I never bought the ones for Schilling, and we're back to Power Ball power play because at least we have the illusion of maybe winning $400 million. Pilarski down the far wall over to Kinger. Kinger had Claherty open high slot, didn't take it. Kinger shoots off the goaltender, Pilarski. Pilarski out to decide the point. Desai golfs it back down. Can't get it to Pilarski as they battle on the wall. Now King comes out of there with it. King loses it to the corner. King around the backside. Puts it in front off the goaltender. It's loose on the doorstep. Claherty couldn't get there, and they chip it out by Zivy. Desai retreats back. Zivy retreats back. She turns. Throws it up the wall. Too far for King. They chip it up. Now they're going to battle on the red line. Devils pick it up there. They throw it up into the Selects bench off the Rig. And with 11:04, 41 to go, power play, we will get a draw here. Now's the time to tell you that one of these stripes has glorious hair. I'm talking shoulder length plus 6 inches. He's been growing that for at least 10 years. That's dedication. I'm talking Brett Michaels rock star hair. He's looking good. I admire the flow. And there's the draw. It's the stripe on the far circle. We'll see. They usually reverse at some point. He'll come over here. Kinger, top of the zone, back to Zivy. Zivy up, got tipped. Desai retreats. Desai picks it up. Here she comes out of the zone. She hits the Uno reverse card back to Zivy. Oh, no, it goes all the way back into the corner. Zivy retreats, whacks it up the wall, and the Devils, and now we're playing in our own end on the power play. Zivkovic up to Claherty. Claherty bumbles it at the blue line. Here she comes. Claherty. Pilarski went into the zone ahead of her. Stripes must have been sleeping, or his hair got in the way of his eyes, and now Claherty's going to chase this down in the near corner, and that's going to do it. We're back to even strength. Claherty coming through with speed, got stuck in Pilarski's feet. Swiss Army Niner picks it up. Here she comes. She loses it at the line. Now they golf it ahead. Pilarski whacks it back to the blue line, and here comes up the line as Swiss Army Niner. But no, it is an icing. We come back the other way. We got Yenny Rig and Swiss Army. No, Yenny Rig and Bar Fight out here. As the Rig looks like she fell. She's got a bunch of snow on her. Swiss Army Niner and Dull in the backyard. So we got all the nicknames out here together. Rig's going to take this draw. You can't see it, but I can't do anything about that. Rig puts it right on net through the goal mouth. Bar Fight dove. Rig in front battling. They're still battling, and the puck still doesn't go in. Rig put it right on the net off the draw. Bar Fight went and dove and tried to tip the rebound in, and it didn't work. Not for lack of effort, though. I like that fight in that Bar Fight. We're coming back to the same circle. We're going to do it again. And the Devils are standing there saying, what the hell just happened? See if we can do that again. That was exciting. Rig put it right on the net, and Bar Fight went charging. She's going to go do it again. See if Rig can do it. There it goes again off the net. Bar Fight charging in front. Couldn't get a stick on it. We'll try it again. Third time in a row. Stevens is knocking it on the net from the circle here. She's laughing. Tyndall's laughing. We'll see if they can get one here. Maybe the third time's a charm. Here comes the Rig. Didn't work that time. Devils poke it out. Put it into the corner. Now the Bar Fight around the back. Whacks it up the wall to the Rig. Rig and the Bar Fight battling back there with the Devil. Rig comes out of there with it. Puts it in front. Yenny. It's right in her feet. She couldn't handle the pass. As Dahl steps up, now we got a one-on-one with the Niner. Niner gets a stick in there, makes a great defensive play around the backside. She takes a shoulder, but puts the puck up the wall, not out near point. Rig can't block it, gets all the way through, and Niner tips it away at the last second. Dahl up to Yenny. Yenny battling on the wall. Can't knock it out. Comes all the way across. Niner with the hustle. Going to get there. Send it ahead. Here comes the Niner up the wall. Niner chips it into the corner. Rigg heads to the bench. Niner heads to the bench. Yenny going to go chase it in the corner. Hold them up. Let the team change. She manages to do that. Pilarski gets a stick in there. Can't hold it. Kinger back to Zivy. Zivy should come across to Kiesel. Kiesel up the wall. Chips it around one and is going to bring it down the wall. Send it into the corner. And around the backside. Detling going to get back there, but not before a Devil takes it from her. And now Kinger battling back there. Out to the Devils. Devils, oh, it's loose in front! Pilarski bangs it in! And it's 1-0 Steel City. Loose in front off of a pass that was coming through the slot over to the corner. They tried to clear, came off a skate. Left it on the doorstep, and Pilarski said, thank you very much, and put it in the net. 1-0 Steel City. Stripes whistles them out. Kinger to take this draw. She pokes it ahead, and Pilarski goes charging down the wall. She's going to get there, but it's in behind. She puts it off the side of the net. Now she has it around back. She's falling. She sends it up high to the slot to Zivkovic. Zivkovic bouncing puck. Goaltender with a save. Players down in front of the net. Puck in the near corner. Here she comes up the wall. This girl with a good speed. Detling whacking at her. Detling hooking. Detling, or their shot. Throw it around behind. Miss everything to the near side behind Kanachi. Over to the wall. Zivkovic battling with a couple of Devils that are much bigger than her. Now Detling has it. Detling doesn't gain the red line, but dumps it. It's going to go all the way down. Stripes didn't put up, and it is going to be an icing. Back stripe didn't have his hands up, but front stripe called it. So we're going to come back down here to the far circle. Claherty, Taylor, Makasenka, Schuler, and Desai. Got the far circle. I know you can't see it, but you can see the net, which I think is more important. Got a player out here with tape on the back of her jersey. She either forgot or she's a late attendee to the team. Devils down the far wall, spinning. Shot! Kanachi bodies that one and holds on. 8:05. Let's see if you can see. You can't see. He's too close to the glass. I want you to see this Stripes hair. It is glorious. Claherty. Get the clock back in line here. Wait a couple seconds. Send it. Now we're even. Out to the far point. Shot knocked down by Claherty. Here she comes. He's going to skate right in front of us. Look at that Stripes hair. It's glorious. Down the far wall, Claherty. Claherty hits the reverse. Comes up the far wall. Loses the puck. Now she gets tripped. No call. Centering pass. Couldn't get it through to Taylor. It's in behind the net. They bank it up off the wall. Schuler holds. Now she comes, chips it off the wall, sends it lower. She gets bodied and falls down. I'm not sure how that's not checking. Now this one goes across the wall to Desai. Desai hits the reverse up the far wall. She loses it at the line. The late arriving player with the tape number takes it in deeper. Now the Devils have a top of the slot shot. Kanachi uses the paddle and pushes that to the wall, where Desai sends it up for Makasenka. Makasenka loses the puck and gets bodied along the wall as the Devil 46 times her size battles with her. Takes that puck away, chips it around behind, around to the far side. Taylor up the wall. Taylor banks it past, but it's going to go all the way down, and that will be an icing. 7:03. The chat's kind of quiet. We're missing Schilling. I don't know if Marshall's watching. Chat's a little quiet. I know Kelly's out there. Aaron's here. Saw him earlier this morning. See Cindy out there, but it's quiet. We need a lively chat. Makes it more fun for me. Far corner, bar fight. She takes the draw, puts it to the wall. Bar fight, Yenny Rigg out here with Niner and Dahl, the all nickname line. Bar fight's going to pick it up there. Here she comes up the far wall. She puts it ahead to Yenny. Yenny can't handle the pass, and now it comes out up to the Rigg. Here comes the Rigg up the far wall. Rigg losing the puck, banks it back to the point. Down to Dahl. Dahl to the Rigg. Rigg with space. Rigg rips a shot. Goaltender puts that to the far side. Bar fight battling. Rigg comes over. Bodies a girl into the wall. Niner knocks it on net. Goaltender's going to cover. And that's a mistake because it's going to let them try the face-off play again in the circle that works for the Rigg with the right-hand shot. So hope, yep. Jesus Stripes is going to bring it over here to the near corner. That's going to put the Rigg in the spot to put it on the net. Let's see if they remember. She's looking at Tindy. She wants it. They both want to go crash the net. So here goes the Rigg. She put it that way, but it got tipped. It went in behind. Now they pick it up and come up the far wall. Yenny cut that off. Rigg with the puck. Rigg can't get her stick on it. Now she's going to pick it up behind the net. Centers off of a girl. They battle. Bar fight crashes the net. Can't do anything with it. I see the rig throwing elbows back there as they hit her. Here comes out to the near point, Dahl. Dahl's going to throw it in front. Somebody got a tip on that. It was Yenny. Rig taking heavy pressure in front of the net, and the girl fell down behind her. And we're getting a whistle here. Might be the rig going to the box for roughing. They were beating and banging in front of the net, and the rig's going to go sit down. 2 minutes for roughing in front of the net. Saw the end result of that. She didn't look happy. A girl ended up on her backside. And now we're going to go on the kill as the rig's living up to her name in front of that net. She's going to go sit in the bin with Aaron for roughing. On the kill, we've got Kinger, Zivy, Pilarski, and Kiesel. Near point. Comes up to the line. They catch it there. Here comes King. King's going to get a break. She's not going to get there, though. Thought she was going to get in front of that girl. Didn't happen. And now the puck's going to come over to the near wall. King's chasing aggressively back here. King knocks a girl down, no call. Now Pilarski steps in. We're going to be careful. We're going to get trapped back. Now they come up the near wall. Kiesel's going to catch up. Kiesel swipes in there, knocks the puck away out to the near point. They're going to get a shot from there. Kiesel deflected it. Kanachi got equipment on that one. Kanachi's on her backside, around the backside now. She gets back, hugs the post, and that puck drifts all the way out to the far corner. All right, Lisa's watching in the chat. I appreciate it. Lisa, I know AZ's playing, so I figured it was you because AZ and Jason are here. It's okay. We know who we can decode the mysteries. We know who's out there. Around the backside. I can always tell Kelly and Aaron, too, because Aaron has a different chat style than Kelly, even though they share an account, too. Kiesel with the dump all the way down off the defensive player. 55 to go in the penalty to the rig. Around the backside. Here comes this player up through the zone. And Makasenka's going to step up. Kiesel gets a skate on it. Didn't realize it hit her skate. This one goes all the way down. Now we've got Clawhardy Dahl. Makasenka and Kiesel still out here killing. Kiesel and Dahl reunited. Clawhardy puts it out to Makasenka. Can't handle the pass back to the red line. And this one comes down the near wall. From there, Kiesel steps in front, knocks the puck away into the corner. Now they're going to go battle on the wall. 28 in the penalty. Around the backside. They dump it in front. Kanachi pokes it to the far wall, out to the far point. Shot up high. Missed everything into the near corner. They put it out to the near point. 17 seconds in the penalty rig. Down low. Kiesel goes over for pressure. Now mid-wall. Shot. Kanachi got lumber on that and knocked it over to the far wall. Here comes Makasenka. Throw it down and kill the penalty. That's exactly what she's going to do. 4 seconds on the penalty to the rig. And Rig's going to join the play. This one comes up the near wall. Rig can't get a stick on that one. Rig, Yenny, and Detling out here now as they send this one into the zone. Got some kids saying, ooh, I don't know, he doesn't like his smoothie. This one comes all the way across. Dahl up to Yenny. Yenny leaves it for the Rig. Here comes the Rig through center ice. Nothing pisses her off more than a penalty. She gets around one. Rig with a shot. Goaltender just got the glove on that one. Around the backside, she's still battling for it. This one comes around to the far wall. Now around behind. She broke through that girl with a version of the Clawhardy toe drag, only this one worked a little better and couldn't quite get it under the glove. I mean, that goaltender just got the lip of the glove on that. Now the Devils down the near side. Kanachi covers. Stripes with the whistle. 3:26 first period. 1-0 Selects on a goal by Pilarski. Kelly, the dads were sitting in the lobby having a prayer group. Aaron was there. Michael was there. Schilling and Frank from last year were there. They were reading the Bible and saying prayers. I think they might have knitted some socks. Kanachi with a save on the shot from the far point. They were well behaved. There were some old ladies. They were pushing them around in wheelchairs. They were making hot chocolate for the shut-ins. It was a good serving night for the men last night in the lobby. As Yenny knocks it out to the far point. Shot from there, knocked down by the bar. It is bar fight. So bar fight Yenny and the Rig out here. Now bar fight picks this up, puts it over the wall for the Rig. Rig's going to step in there and try to knock it ahead. She's playing with a player about a half her size. Need to be careful just because she's taller than her. Now they're knocking it there, and they skate down the near wall. They couldn't get it out. This is another player with tape as Dahl knocks a player down in front of the net. So Yenny's going to bank it off the wall, not out. Yenny picks it up again. This time she will send it out. Rig's going to head to the bench. So is bar fight. And they're going to come down the near wall. Yenny, careful. She's got a stick in there. No call on that one. I thought that could have been an interference call. Here comes Pilarski. Pilarski finds King. Here comes King on a breakaway. She's going to get in too deep. Shoots. Misses everything. High above the net. She just got in way too deep on that one. Couldn't get control of it. Sent it up high off the protective netting. And we'll get a stoppage with 2:17 in this first period. And it's 17 minutes. These periods go a long time. Pilarski, Zivy, Kiesel, Kinger, Claherty. Devils didn't have the right number of players, and Jesus Stripes decided to tell them. Around the backside. Normally you do that in mites. By this time, you let them play if they're too stupid to put out enough. This one comes up the near wall, and Kiesel's going to have to retreat. Good positioning here. Going to push her to the corner. Oh, she skated around, passed in front, comes all the way through the goal mouth over to the far side. They're going to throw it around behind there. It gets into the near corner, and the Devils are going to get their first. King chases low. Kiesel's going to body a player back there. Loose! Canacci knocked that to the far wall. Now to the far corner. Devils hit the reverse, go lower. It comes in. Kiesel around the backside. Kiesel up the near wall. Kinger going to grab it there. Kinger cannot get it through to Detling. This one goes all the way to the far wall. Zivy's going to get there. Zivy overskated it. Devils pick it up. Center it. Kinger chips that to the far wall. Over to Detling. Detling loses it but manages to get it out. Now she's going to battle. They're battling right in front of us here. This one comes all the way back, and Kiesel picks it up there. Kiesel reverses, loses it center ice to a Devil. Kinger sends it across for Pilarski. Here comes Pilarski through neutral, loses the puck. Stops, turns, can't pick it back up. King can't. Here come the Devils back. Now King picks the pocket and comes the other way. King up the far wall. Pilarski headed to the bench. Taylor out here. King around the backside. Puts it in front of the goal mouth. Nobody there. Kinger still skating with it up. Taylor now. Taylor loses it. She regains it in the corner. Taylor through the goal mouth. It was loose in front. Claherty taking heavy pressure. Can't do anything with it. Goaltender covers 50.8 here in the arena. And it goes over to the far corner. Makasenka, Claherty, Taylor, Desai, and Schuler. Claherty takes this draw. Over to Taylor. Taylor out to Desai. Desai shot. Didn't have a lot on it. Missed to the near corner. And this one's going to come cheating up the wall as the Devils chip it ahead. Schuler can't get a stick on that. It goes to the end wall with 38 to go. Schuler around the backside for Desai. Desai stops, turns, fires it with authority up to Taylor. Taylor can't handle it and then throws it back into our own corner here where Schuler's going to chip it up to Makasenka. Makasenka skating across neutral with it. Makasenka around one. Makasenka around another one. Gets a shot off, but it got blocked. Desai stepped in. Taylor steps in, whacks it lower. Around lower now, the Devils throw it ahead. Desai's going to hold, throw it around back with 9 seconds to go around the near wall. This time they bring it up the near wall. Period's got to be about expired. 3-2, 1, period. We played one. It's 1-0 on a goal by Pilarski. We'll be back on Wicked Slapshot Productions. All right, Canacci takes the long skate for period number 2 to my right. They bring him out. We've got Dolan Niner in the backyard. Kinger, Pilarski, and Detling up front. Looks like Pilarski or Kinger's going to try to jump this one. Goaltender for them takes the long skate to the left. And period number 2 almost underway. Kelly, you didn't reply. I don't know if you don't believe they had a prayer group or what, but they did. The only way it would be better is if Brett was here to lead prayer, because, you know, the dads, that's what they do. They're very service-oriented on these trips. Up the near wall come the Devils, and Pilarski's going to take that away. She hits the Uno reverse, spins up the near wall, leaves it for Detling. Detling knocks it out. Can't follow it, but Pilarski will. Detling bruises a girl down. Now over to King on the near wall. King circles back, dumps it deeper. Pilarski can't, or Detling can't get a stick on it. Comes around the backside, Dahl battling here at the line. There's some good battles going on in this game. Around to the far corner. They're going to send it up and back to Dahl. Dahl spins, almost loses it there. Now she does lose it, and that gets regained by the Niner, but not out. Now they send it out up ahead to Detling. Detling up the far wall. Detling going to dump it lazily in behind, and they're going to get there first, the Devils will, and send it up the near wall. They're going to continue to battle, and now they send it into the top of their zone, and they send it ahead up the far wall. They come up that far wall. Niner steps over, provides some defensive pressure, causes the puck to get lost there. It's loose top of the circle. Now they dump it into the corner where Dahl's going to battle. Niner's battling. Dahl swings at the puck, can't get it. Now Dahl falls down as she's battling. Now they send it up the wall. Niner gets it ahead. King can't handle the pass. Now the Devils are going to come back as you get a good look at Jesus Stripes' hair right in front of us. Shot! Kanachi with the glove. Can't hold it, though. Now it goes around behind, out to the far point as Barfight joins. Barfight and Yenny are out here. King needs to get out and get the rig out. They send it across the dot. Barfight. Barfight battles. Player fell down on the puck. Barfight kept battling. She don't care if she fell down. Now we got Mrazek with it. Mrazek around the backside. Mrazek banks it up off the wall, and that'll let Kinger go to the bench and get the rig out. Maybe. Yeah, there she goes. So here comes the rig over the wall. Niner banking it up. Rig open. She didn't see her, couldn't hit her. Rig was just joining the ice, and she was open over there, but Niner didn't see her as now Dahl banks it off the wall. Barfight sends it up, cannot get it out, and now they chip it lower. Around the backside. Now she's open. They flip it up to her, but it's going to go too far, and that's going to be an icing. So we'll come back down here, 14:42 to go, second period. Kelly might have died from disbelief. It was beautiful, Kelly. I don't know what to tell you. Haven't heard from her. Barfight going to step in and take this draw in the defensive zone. She puts it over to the wall, and Yenny's going to try to tip at it. Can't knock it out. Rig can't get a stick on it, and now they take it over to the far wall. They chip it down the wall. Lower, around the backside. Kanachi came loose in front. Kanachi got a pad on it. It goes around the back. It's still loose in front, and it's going to be Kiesel. Kiesel's going to skate this out. Kiesel with space. Going to dump it deep and go chase it. Barfight's going to know. Barfight's going to the bench. They're battling back there. Goaltender got a cover on that. I didn't quite see who threw it in front. Kiesel was the only one down there. She must have went and battled it in front of the net. And goaltender got the cover on it with 14:15 to go, second period. There's a chill in the air now. I've been standing here for a little over an hour now. This rink is usually cold. It wasn't too bad, but it is now. As Claherty's going to step in with this draw, Taylor and Makasenka. Put it over to the wall. Makasenka comes through. Now Claherty with a shot goaltender with a glove at point-blank range. And made the stop. Going to go back to that far circle for this draw. Claherty steps in to take it. Devils win it to the corner, and they send it up the wall, where now it comes out to the near point. Zivkovic can't throw it in, has to wait, and the Devils apply a lot of pressure as Claherty comes across with it. Claherty down to Makasenka. Makasenka with room, shoots, misses everything to the near side, over to the far wall. Devils pick it up there. They get around Claherty. Now here they come up the far wall, 3-on-2. With Zivy and Kiesel back. They drop it. Shot blocked by Kiesel over to the far wall. Use that leg pad. Now Claherty picks it up behind. And she loses it back there. Kiesel picks it up. Kiesel loses it in the circle. Makasenka battles it up to the point to Taylor. Taylor gains the red line, dumps it lazily past the one Devil, and picks it up there. Taylor still skating with it. Taylor still skating with it. Loses it now in the far corner. And here come the Devils back the other way. Devils skating up the far wall. Now past Makasenka. Down the far wall past Schuler in front. Desai knocked that player away. Now they shoot. Comes in through the goal mouth. Knocked down by Schuler. Schuler around behind. Schuler up the wall to Makasenka. Makasenka chips it ahead. Comes all the way back, and the Devils will pick it up top of their zone. Here they come. Right in front of me. Desai and a Devil battling right in front of me. Good, nice, close action here. As they continue to battle, puck comes out across to Detling. Detling drops it back to Schuler. Schuler loses it at the red line, and here come the Devils back the other way. Down the far wall. Shot. Desai tangled that one up in her feet as Claherty battles with the Devil into the corner. Schuler banks it up and out. Detling gets a stick on it. And here comes Detling with it back through neutral. Detling loses it at the blue line. Devil kicks it in down the near wall. They go into the corner, and Detling's going to pick it up there and come back the other way. No, not out. Now Desai will send it across to Claherty. Claherty with King. Claherty's going to dump it, head to the wall. Kinger out here with Detling. Here comes Pilarski. Detling cuts that off, throws it deeper to Kinger. Kinger with a shot, goaltender with a cover. 12:01, second period. I don't know what Bible verse old fashions are, Kelly. They were reading Leviticus last night. I don't know anything about an old fashioned. That's the devil's spirit, and these dads would never do that. They sit there and pray and cheer for our girls and make sweaters for the homeless. I don't know what you're talking about with these old fashions. Into the corner, down low, around the backside, over to the far wall. Devils chip it up, but not out. Oh, now they chip it by Niner. Now we got Dahl back one-on-one down the far wall. Dahl puts a shoulder into that player. Careful, Dylan. Now the Niner joins. That player still has the puck. Comes out in front. And Pilarski cut that off. Dropped it ahead to Kinger. Kinger can't keep the momentum and loses it at the red line. Now they chip it back by Niner. Niner stops it at the line. Devils throw it deeper. Pilarski has it around behind Kanachi. Pilarski up the wall and will not regain it. Devils hold it as King chips over. And now Dahl up the wall for King. King, it's in her feet. She kicks it out. King ahead to Yenny. Yenny beats and bangs her way into the zone where they take it away from Pilarski after a pass. Here come the Devils back the other way. Down the far wall. Niner riding that player to the wall. Pilarski chips it. Devils have it up the far wall. They leave it. Now Niner knocks it across. Niner going to beat and bang it out back to neutral. And this one's going to come across. Cut off by the Niner, and that's a delayed offsides, but it doesn't matter. Niner knocks it deeper. And here come the Devils back the other way. Yenny cuts that off. Rigg jumps on the ice. Yenny down the far wall in behind, and Barfight's going to go battle. You know that'll happen. Now they send it up the near point, and the Rigg can't get a stick on it. They chip it by Zivkovic back to Kiesel. Kiesel puts it up too far for the Rigg. Barfight cut that off. Nobody can follow it, though, as it comes back. Kiesel sends it off the Rigg skates, and now they come down the far wall. They stop, they turn, they shoot. Kanachi with the body has it in the glove, and we'll get a stoppage with 10. 16 to go, second period. Over to the far circle. Barfight going to take this draw in the defensive zone. She wins it across to Kiesel. They chip it out, but not all the way out as the Rigg skates up, can't knock it out. Now Kiesel overskates. Barfight battles for it. It comes in front of the net. Over to the far corner. Now Yenny's going to pick it up there. Yenny tries to put it in front of the Rigg, but Barfight picks it up. Now the Rigg has it down the near wall. Rigg throws it off the goaltender's paddle into the near corner where Barfight's going to go battle a player a little bigger than her. They chip it. Rigg holds it there. Barfight battling. Barfight and the Rigg and a couple of Devils battle back there. Rigg's coming out of there with it. Rigg with a heavy body into a player, and Rigg falls down. She's down, and let's see if she's going to take her a second to get up back there. As always happens with this kid, she's slow to get off the ice when she falls, and now the Devils are coming up the near wall. We'll await that update. She fell down in the corner. Barfight with a block. Here comes Yenny. Rigg bent over the boards. I'm not sure what's going on there. And we're going to get a whistle. Trying to get Michael here. Pay attention. Michael will look over at me here in a second. Elbow? He's saying it's her hip. This kid falls on her butt more than anybody. We tried to order some new pads, but Amazon screwed up the delivery. So she doesn't have them. Desai, around back for Schuler. Schuler. Now they turn it over at the line. Clawhardy gets over, skates up. Clawhardy hard into the wall. She lost her edge. Now they skate it up. She can't pick it up. They go down the far wall. The Devils do drop it. Around the backside. In front. Kanachi with a cover. And they're battling in front of the net. And we get another stoppage with 8:49 to go. We should be going to the far circle for this draw. Clawhardy. Here comes Taylor with the puck. Down the far wall. They battle it in behind, over to the far wall now, where Dahl picks it up. Dahl battling in the corner. Here come the Devils, back the other way, back to neutral. Clawhardy and Niner back. They shoot through Clawhardy's legs, and they poke it into the corner, does Kanachi. Now Dahl sends it up the wall for Clawhardy. Clawhardy beats and bangs it up. Clawhardy levels a player, no arms up, as Taylor battles into the corner. Now around the backside. Clawhardy knocks that player off the puck. Here come the Devils. No, Niner's going to get a stick on this one and stop it. Send it back the other way. They battle it into the corner. Now they send it all the way down Dahl. Dahl around the backside. Dahl bodied into the corner. Clawhardy comes out of there with it. Sends it up the far wall. Now they leave it. Here comes Detling. Detling down the far wall. Detling gets around. Detling can't quite maintain it as they end up. Detling, careful with the hands up there, Brooke. Oh, the helmets are stuck together. They got their helmets stuck together. Detling and a Devil have their helmets stuck together. She put her hands up. I was getting ready for fisticuff action, and it wasn't fisticuff action. It was two helmets stuck together. So now Jesus Stripes does the required extraction, and they're ready to go. I know Brooke likes to mix it up, and I saw the hands come up, and I thought they might be going after it, but no, thankfully they didn't. So we got Pilarski, Detling. Far wall should be Kinger. It is. And Zivy and Kiesel in the backyard as King's going to come across here and hide on this wall. Pilarski with the draw. They can't poke it over here. Now Kiesel. Kiesel chips it ahead to Detling. Detling battles at the line, loses it, and the Devils are going to pick it up and take it around behind. Somehow I'm at 6:24. We're only at 6:50 in the arena, so I screwed that up somehow. I'll fix it when we get there. We'll just let the clock sit for now. Kinger around the backside. Kinger battles lower. Devils take it away. You got Pilarski battling back there now. Up to the point, Zivy. Zivy's going to throw it. Oh, Zivy from the point. Zivkovic from the point picks up a goal. I didn't even see it. There were too many players in the way. It didn't have a lot of mustard on the hot dog, but somehow it found the net. It didn't have a lot on it. I think the goalie was just like, hey, look, a puck, and then it went. So Zivy from the corner, or from the high point rather, and it's 2-0 Selects. I did not see that one go in. I saw her shoot it, but the pole and all the players and all the confusion, and in it went. So 2-0 Selects. Zivy Kiesel stay in the backyard with Detling, Kinger, and Pilarski up front. I'm still ahead on the clock. I owe you 9 more seconds as Detling pokes it down the wall. Devils. The fingers are getting cold, and we know the power paws don't work, so... Oh, now we got a Devil that loses a stick, and now I'm back in line with the clock. Zivy leaves it for Pilarski, but it was too close. Zivy picks it back up. Zivy's going to throw it in behind the net. Goaltender's going to paddle that. Now it goes behind. As this one comes up the wall. Here comes Barfight. We'll see as here comes the rig over the wall, so apparently that hip's okay. Now they lose it back to the line here as They throw it in deeper. Kiesel takes it right in front of Kanachi. Here comes Kiesel. Right in front of us. Good look at Kiesel coming up the wall. She loses it at the line. The rig overskates it. Barfight will pick it up. Here comes Barfight. Throws it on the net. Goaltender had a little trouble with it, but put it to the near wall. As the rig steps over, puck comes all the way back. Desai's going to catch that one, catch it back top of the zone. Desai looks up, decides to go over to Schuler. Schuler sends it up, can't hit Klein, or can't hit Yenny. Klein's not even here. I don't know why I said Klein. Oh, bad turnover in the high slot. She stops, she turns. She can't get her hands around it as Barfight pushes her to the corner. Around the backside, over to the far wall now as Schuler gets a stick in there. Schuler's going to skate it. Here comes Schuler. Hold it. Drop it. No, Schuler's just going to dump it. She had players trailing her. She could have dropped it. Now she's going to chase it in deep. And the Devils are going to come out of there with it as they bring it up the far wall. Rigg's going to cut that off. Rigg sends it not very deep. And here comes the puck back the other way with the Devils behind. Hits the Uno reverse. Brings it up the far wall with 4:55 to go. They skate through neutral, and here comes the puck back across the line. Gets around our defense. Can't get the shot off as Desai stepped in after getting beat and got a stick in there. Now the puck comes up the far wall, but not out. We're getting a penalty here. It looks like it's going to be on the Devils for knocking down Desai. And here comes Claherty as Kanachi goes to the bench. Claherty loses the puck to the wall. She tried one too many yips, and it yipped herself. And now the puck comes up the wall. In front to Yenny. Yenny can't pull the trigger. In front again. And we got Kinger. We still got the delayed penalty here. Out to the far point, Schuler. No goaltender to the net. As this one comes off the wall, Desai chips it deeper to Kinger. And we finally get the touch with 4:09 to go. Your selects are going to go back on. The power play. And get a penalty here to number 91 of the 91. Oh, they gave her a check from behind and 10 for knocking her down. So she got a... So they put her in for 2 and 10. Stripes is not happy here. I didn't see it. I saw the result. Desai ended up on the ice, but they gave 91 a 2 and 10. So they need another player to go serve the 2, and 91's going for 10. So she's out for 4 of this period plus 6 of the next period for a hit from behind. As Stripes is talking to Tindy. I didn't see the hit being that egregious. I saw the result. Desai ended up on the wall, and Stripes said, go sit down for a while. Zivkovic holds the point. Zivkovic throws it deeper. Kinger's down there in the corner. Kinger out to Pilarski. High slot. Pilarski shoots. Goaltender with a save. And we're going to get a stoppage. Maybe I'm going to try to give you a little better view of this power play here. This is dangerous every time I do this, but we're going to try it. See if we can get a little better view of the zone. You really can't, but we'll try. And now it comes up the near point, and here come the Devils. And this is why that's dangerous, because now I'm out of position. Devils back the other way, around the side. I got to get back in the spot so you can see that net. We're not going to do that anymore. They send it in the corner. The Devils are battling. We're not moving the camera anymore. Pilarski up the far wall. She's getting hooked. No call. Pilarski kicks it. Now she takes it down the far wall, drops it to Kinger. Kinger gets bodied. Kinger around the backside. Kinger with the puck. Zivvy up at the point. Kinger shoots off the goaltender. It's loose on the doorstep. Devils try to clear. Can't. Now they take it over to the near wall. They're going to send it up off the wall in front of me and all the way down for the clear. And I need to make sure you can see the nets. Here comes Zivkovic. Zivkovic pushing. Sends it up to Kinger at the line. All right, you can see the nets. Kinger puts it in front. Pilarski can't get it. King still chasing it. King puts it off the goaltender. It was on the goal mouth, and the Devils swept it away. And Schuler's turned the wrong way, but gets a stick out to slow him down. And now they come across Dahl. Dahl bodies a player off the puck. Stripes get out of the way. Dahl and Pilarski battling. Kinger lower to Dahl. Dahl around the backside with 37 seconds to go in the penalty. The minor, the major, will go 8 more minutes. Claherty through neutral. Claherty down the near wall. Claherty stops, turns, spins, shoots, misses badly to the near side. Around to the Rig. Rig in the corner. Rig tried to leave it for Claherty. It ended up in her feet. Now, King, Claherty. Claherty got dumped. Rig in the back battling for it. Out loose in front. It was King with the shot, not Claherty. Makasenka swipes at it. Devils poke it through. Schuler's going to send it ahead. It's going to get too far. We got Makasenka, Rigg, and bar fight out here with Dahl and Schuler, and this one comes all the way down. Penalty's over. Kanachi leaves it for Dahl. Dahl's going to send it. No, Dahl's going to skate it. Now she sends it ahead. Too far for bar fight. Bar fight puts it through the Rigg's legs, and the Devils come back the other way. Schuler should be able to corral this one and knock it out. She corralled it but couldn't knock it out. Now they skated in on the far point. They come lower. They get through everybody, and Kanachi had to dive on it. And we get a stoppage with 1:45. Into the far corner. So we will go to that corner for this draw. Bar fight with Stevens and Makasenka, Zivi, and Kiesel in the backyard. Bar fight puts it over to Kiesel. Kiesel, heavy pressure in that corner. A couple of Devils there. Devils skated up the wall. Makasenka falls, cannot clear it. They have it in the low in the near circle. Turn, spin, shoot. Dahl knocks it ahead, up and out. And it's going to be slow enough that Jesus Stripes will wave off the icing, and they'll pick it up there. Stop, turn. Makasenka with good pressure. Knocks it away, and the Rigg's going to shoulder a girl, but the puck was already gone by then. And here comes back the other way. Makasenka can't hold. Now they come by her. She gets a stick in there to disrupt the flow. They're still skating down the far wall. Bar fight whacking. Around back, knocked down by Kiesel. Kiesel. Here comes Kiesel. Kiesel through neutral. Still skating with it. Taking heavy pressure. Still skating with it. Dumps it deeper. And goes into the corner where the Devils are going to take it around behind. Pilarski overskates. Rigg to the bench. Pilarski and King are out here. Now Detling joins. Pilarski whacks at it. They skate by her. Desai pushes that player to the wall. Stops, turns, loops, near point. Drops it, leaves it. Detling sweeps it ahead. Here comes Desai on a break. Desai down the near wall. Desai shoots. Big Ben strikes one crossbar. Pilarski loses it. Here come the Devils the other way. Up through neutral. Around Schuler. Over to Desai. Shot! Point blank range. Missed everything to the far side. Kanachi didn't need to get anything on that one. Pilarski to the wall. Can't clear it. It's in her feet. Now she'll pick it up. Pilarski across to Detling. Detling back to Pilarski. Pilarski with 10 to go down the far wall. Dumps it in behind, and at least this will kill the period as the girl tried to shoulder Pilarski, and she took the worst of that. Period over. Period number 2. We played 2. It's 2-0. Selects. You'll be back. We'll be back on Wicked Slapshot Productions. A little bit of irony here, Brett. If you're out there watching, we talked about your hunting buddy Max going on his last Mighty Oak adventure. I don't know if you saw it or not. Just pure happenstance that came out of the closet for this trip. They're going to skate out for period number 3. I don't know if I turned the camera far enough to let you see that or not, but got the hoodie on for him. Again, wasn't planned, just happened that way. I didn't know about it when we left the house. They're going to come out number 3. Taylor, Makasenka, Claherty, Kiesel, and Zivi. Taylor taking this draw. Waiting for the Devils. They're a little slow coming out. Taylor pokes it over that way. Claherty can't get a stick on it. Now they come the other way. Claherty overskates. Now she does pick it up. Here she comes at the line. She gets pulled down, loses it, regains. Over to the wall. She's backwards. Now she lost it. Taylor, it's in her feet. They're beating, they're banging, they're whacking. And Makasenko whacking at it now. Taylor, now here come the Devils. Down the near wall. Careful, Zivy, don't hold. Claherty flips it out, and Taylor's going to pick that up. Taylor across for Makasenko. Makasenko in front. Makasenko with a shot, point blank. Or no, Claherty with a shot, point blank range. As they battle back there. Claherty and Makasenko back there. That was Claherty at point blank range. Claherty's getting a penalty here. She skated by the girl and just decided to elbow her and level her, and then she got paid back. So I didn't see the payback. I saw the first one. And she's going to go sit in the bin. Actually, no, they're getting Makasenko. I thought it was Claherty. They're getting Makasenko for interference. They're not getting Claherty for the elbow. I thought they were calling Claherty for the elbow there as she went around the backside. Instead, they're getting Makasenko for interference, which I didn't see. I thought they were getting MYHA for raising her elbow on the wall. Now we're going to the far wall. Zivy, Kiesel, Claherty, or Pilarski, and King are out here to kill this one. Out to the far point. They've got it in the high slot loose. Never got a corral to get a shot off. Now far point. Shot from the far point. Kanachi got something on that, knocked it down. Kiesel to the wall. Kiesel swipes at it, sends it around the backside. So we got power play here. I didn't get it up in time. We got minute 40 as King's coming on the short-handed side. King put it in front, couldn't feed Pilarski. Now they put it over to the wall, and this might turn. Oh, no, we got Schuler back. Kiesel hustles to get back. Schuler disrupts the play, and Kiesel's going to pick it up, flip it ahead to Kinger. Kinger chips around one. Here she comes down the far wall with Pilarski trailing. She's going to try to get it to her. No, Kinger with the short-handed goal, and it's 3-0 Steel City. Kinger down the far wall, picks up the shorty, and it's 3-0 Steel City. We'll get the power play up here now. They got a minute, if I can get the damn button to work. Power play, they've got a minute 18 on the power play. Kinger with the shorty. It's 3-0 Steel City. Thought she was going to drop it off to Pilarski. She didn't. We got Rigg and Claherty out here with Dahl and Schuler to kill off the rest of this penalty to Makasenko. They draw it back, and Dahl's going to have to hurry. This girl coming hard down the wall. Dahl gets there. Hits the Uno reverse card right in front of the net, and now she's going to skate it out. Dahl, remember, we're on the power play here. You just dump it, and that's exactly what she does. In behind the goaltender, and the Devils are going to regroup. As they come by Claherty with a pass up the near wall. They stop, they turn. Send it in off the lumber to the far wall, and Claherty's now Dahl's going to pick it up, not out. This one skates in front. Rigg blocks that shot. Here comes Claherty. Claherty turns on the Jets. This could turn into another breakaway. Claherty left it on the doorstep, couldn't get the shot to go, and Dahl's going to pick it back up at neutral. Dahl sends it in deep off the goaltender. She puts it to the wall, and they're going to pick it up there. Rigg's going to skate over and interrupt that one. Rigg up the wall. Rigg deeper around the backside. 14 seconds to go in the penalty to Makasenko. Rigg again disrupts play coming out of the zone, and here they come, finally. 5 seconds to go. They dump it in the corner, and Dahl's going to pick it up there. Dahl's going to send it, and that'll do it. Penalty to Makasenko is over. Stripes decided to call icing, and looks like we're getting a too many men on the ice penalty here on the Devils. They're not having a good period here. Too many men on the ice on the Devils, and we're going to go back on power play with 14:15 to go. Claherty, Zivy, Kenger, Desai, and Pilarski come out here for this power play opportunity. 3-0. I lost audio there, but I think it's back. Turn the QA phone up here and make sure. I think the audio's back as they take this draw. Out to Desai at the point. They lost it. I hear audio on the QA phone. Here come the Devils on a breakaway. Kanachi gloves it. 14:02. I think the audio's back. Somebody will tell me if it's not. Near corner here for this draw. Pilarski to the wall. And this one comes up the near wall. They push it up the wall. Claherty to Pilarski. Claherty comes through. Claherty loses it to the wall. They bank it up to Zivkovic. Zivkovic has space. Zivkovic rips a shot. It got tipped. It's loose in front. Pilarski, they blew the whistle, even though the puck wasn't covered. And we're going to get a draw in the far circle. Pilarski's going to step in and take this one with Claherty and King, Kiesel, and Zivy. And I messed the time up. So I owe you some time as this one comes all the way back down. Oh, no, I don't. Somehow they're ahead of me. I don't know. Amateur broadcasting, it's worth what you pay for it. Kiesel up to Pilarski. Pilarski coming through with it. Puts it across for Kinger. Kinger shoots. It's loose on the back door. Pilarski couldn't poke it in. Into the near corner. Claherty battling. Claherty skating up with it. Claherty comes in front. Claherty on the backhand. Claherty shoots. It's loose in front again. And the Devils are going to pick it up there. Pilarski battles hard. Puck comes out past Kiesel. 53 to go in the penalty. I'm ahead. It's 13:06 in the arena. I'm behind, I should say. Kiesel around the backside. Hits the reverse card. Comes up. Too far for Claherty. It's in the King's feet. Here comes King up the near wall. King gets stepped in front of. Devils take the puck. Over to the far wall. Claherty can't stop it here. They come the other way. Bar fight on the ice. Now they send it back. See if Claherty and King come off. Get the rest of that line out. Dull. Well, Claherty will stay. You know that. And Kinger will too. Now Claherty picks it up top of the zone. She loses the puck. Bar fight skates up. Can't hold it. Here come the Devils back the other way. They dump it deep. And King will get to the bench. That'll let the rig off. Rig's open, but they got a defensive player back. And Claherty tried the toe drag, lost it at the blue line. 4 seconds to go. Bar fight battling in front of me. Schuler. Puck drifts deeper, and Claherty's been out here for 4 hours, and she's going to go get it and whack it up the wall to the rig. Rig over to Dull. Can't handle the pass, but Dull's going to chip it ahead. Claherty finally heads to the bench as it drifts deeper. Bar fight's going to go get down there and stop the icing. Bar fight battling. Rig cuts it off at the line. Rig leaves it for Bar fight with a nice pass. Bar fight shoots and it gets blocked. Dull steps up to hold it. They chip it back out to the point and out to Schuler. Schuler with 11:47. I'll fix the time at the next break. Dull across for Yenny. Yenny down the near wall. Yenny. Player fell down. It creates an opportunity. Yenny shoots. Goaltender with a save. Bar fight couldn't get in there. Round the backside. Yenny battling. Yenny gets pushed. Yenny pushing back. Rig with the puck in the corner. Rig sends it in front. Yenny gets a stick on it. Can't do anything with it. Bar fight can't get it. Schuler can't hold the point. And back it comes the other way. Zivkovic will pick it up there. Zivkovic banks it off the wall. Up too far for the Rig. Yenny picks it up. Yenny's there. Rig can't hold it. And back it comes the other way to the Devils. Devils. They got around as Kiesel fell down. Kanachi gloves it. 11:06, and this will give me a chance to catch up on the time. And there we are. We're caught up. Claherty, Taylor, Makasenka, Zivy, and Kiesel. Near circle draw. Claherty leaves it. Kiesel loses it around the backside. Kanachi got some goaltending equipment on it, loose in the near circle. Backhand in front. It's still loose on the doorstep. Kanachi down there like a wall. Covers it up. Kiesel pushing, getting away from the goaltender. Kanachi with the cover. They got in that crease, and Kiesel brought the hands up and said, "Get away from my goalie." Swiss Army Niner and Dull come to the backyard. Claherty steps in. Devils win that one. Over to the wall. Into the corner. Around the backside. They still have it. Send it into the top of the slot. Dull knocked that one down to the wall. Devils pick it up there. Hit the reverse card. Take it lower. Dull battling. Around the backside. 10:30 to go. Loose. Claherty's going to pick that one up here. She comes up the wall with Makasenka. 2-on-1. Makasenka and Claherty. Claherty down the far wall. She's going to shoot. Miss the entire net to the far side. Had she actually hit the net, maybe Makasenko would have had a rebound chance, but she missed to the far side. Now they come up, the Devils do. Dahl stands that player up at the line. Now they come back up the far wall. Niner back. They got around her, but lost the puck into the corner. They pick it up there. Niner swipes at it. It goes off the side of the goal. Now Dahl picks it up. Dahl around the backside. Stops, reverses. Dahl up the far wall to Taylor. Taylor tried to flip it to Makasenko. Didn't have anything on the pass. Loose. It's on the goal doorstep, and Niner's going to chip that one out past Makasenko. It'll come all the way down. Too slow for an icing. Dies in the circle. Devils pick it up there. Flip it back across. And here they come back through neutral. They shoot it off a Devil's foot. Schuler gets a stick on it. Can't do anything with it. They gain the zone. Schuler loses it to the wall. She picks it up there. She loses it again. Devils hold it. Now they come down to the near circle. High slot. Shot. Missed everything far side. Desai picks it up there. Desai up the wall. No, Taylor is there. Now Desai up to Kinger. Kinger battles it out, but not much more. Now she takes it away as the Devil lost the stick. Kinger and three Devils. Kinger down the wall. Kinger skates across the front. Kinger shoots, misses everything, goes behind the net over to the far wall. Pilarski. Pilarski in the corner. Tried to put it in front. Kinger couldn't get it there. Now the Devils have it up the near wall. Schuler. Schuler holds the point. Sends it lower to a Devil. Devils pick it up there. Kinger with pressure. Pilarski around the backside all the way around for Detling. Detling battling. It's in the feet. Now they come out of there with it. Pilarski whacks. Pilarski comes out of there with it up to the point. Desai holds. No, she can't. Here comes Desai. Desai back to Schuler. Schuler back to Desai up the wall. Desai backhands it deep in behind the Devils goalie. Kinger's going to get back there. Kinger battling. Devils come in, take it away from her. They put it out front now over to the far corner where Pilarski overskates. Detling with pressure. They put it behind the goaltender. Goaltender covers. 8:22, third period, 3-0 Selects. Into the far corner. They draw it out to the far wall. Pilarski. Pilarski sends it lower into the center to Detling. Detling can't pull the trigger. Over to the near wall. Schuler. Schuler's going to beat it and bang it lower. King chases him low. Up the near wall. Pilarski steps up, cuts it off. Detling can't get a stick on it. Here come the Devils back through neutral. Down the near wall. Hits the reverse. Shot. Knocked off of Desai into the far corner. Pilarski up to Detling. Detling is going to chip it out. Now Detling fumbles coming through neutral. Pokes it ahead. Can't get it to Kinger. Kinger now pokes it. Detling's going to get a stick on it. Send it into the corner. No, she's going to take it lower. Now it's going to go behind the goal. Detling's going to battle back there. Around the far wall, past bar fight. We're going to get a whistle back here. And we got something going on behind the net. Detling, piece of equipment, something stuck in the net. Not quite sure.
What's your daughter's number?
Not quite sure what happened back there. Detling had some type of equipment mix-up behind the cage. They got it taken care of, and we're going to come here to the near dot. This is the first time we're visiting this dot for a draw. Good look at Kiesel right here in the near frame. Barfight going to step in and take this draw. Rigg to her right. As this one comes up the wall, Rigg is holding it there as they battle. Barfight sends it lower. Now in behind the net. Devils are going to pick it up there, send it up the far wall. Yenny's going to step in. Rigg's going to not be able to get a stick on here. They come back the other way. Down the near wall. Devils stop, turn. Kiesel battling in the corner. Around the backside. Kiesel. Barfight. You know Barfight's battling stripes. Had a duck. Sticks were flying. Zivkovic. No. In behind. Devils. They're beating and banging back there. Barfight comes out of there with it. Chips it up the wall. Barfight. Can't chip it further. Barfight shoulders a girl 46 times her size into the wall. Zivkovic up ahead to Yenny. Yenny has the Rigg break, and Yenny still going to skate. Rigg's going to let her go. Here comes Yenny up the near wall. Rigg wants a drop. Rigg gets that drop. Here she comes. She rips a shot. Goaltender gloves it. We're going to go to the near circle. Let's see if they try it again. Tyndall lets him stay. We're going to go to the near circle for this draw. Barfight and Yenny know what they need to do. No, Barfight's coming over to the other side. 8. Rig put it off the side of the net from the circle. It's loose back there. They're beating, they're banging. Yenny, they're still loose. Barfight tips at it. It's still loose. And we get a whistle. 6:34. Do it again. Come to the near circle. Rig put it on the net. We need Barfight crashing, but they got her on the other side. They're giving Rig a shot at the net here. Stripes checking the net off the moorings. Rig sent it to the far wall, or the end wall rather. Now up the wall. Barfight whacks at it, can't hold it. Here comes up the wall. Devils stop, turn. Barfight steps in. Yenny gets a stick in there, holds it. Barfight's over there. She sends it deeper to the Rig. Rig in the corner. Rig comes along the goal line. Rig puts it in front. No, out to the point. Schuler can't handle the pass, and out it comes. Schuler across to Kiesel. Kiesel back to Schuler. Leaves it for Barfight. Barfight can't handle it, and here it comes up down the far wall. Into the corner with 6:07. Kiesel. Kiesel picks it up there. Up the wall, no. Devils take it away. Loose in front. Schuler chips it away. Over to Clardy. Here comes Clardy up the wall with a burst of speed. One Devil back to beat. Clardy down the near wall. Clardy tries to toe drag. Loses the puck. She regains. They push her off it. Now here come the Devils back the other way as Clardy falls down. Taylor holds it. Makasenka in the high slot. Makasenka coming down. Shoots. Goaltender gets a stick on it. Over to the near circle. They chip it up past Clardy. Desai skates up. Can't hold it. Here come the Devils. Send it back the other way. Dahl back. Dahl pushes that player to the wall. High point. They send it deeper. Backhand loose, and it's going to drift all the way up to the near wall and out. Devils are going to regroup in front of me. Makasenka battling for it right here. Devils send it back the other way. Desai. Desai across to Dahl. Dahl drops it for Taylor. Taylor stops, turns, spins over to Desai right in front of us. Desai up the wall. Makasenka lets her go. Desai stops, turns, tried to throw it up to the point that Clardy couldn't get it there, and out it comes. Clardy back to neutral. Clardy stops, turns, spins, sends it ahead. Makasenka can't handle it. There come the Devils. Back the other way, around Taylor. In on Kanachi. Skated right around Taylor. Just no attempt to stop it, and Kanachi was defenseless. Player skated right around Taylor, and with 4:56 to go, third period, it's 3-1 Selects. So we'll come back to neutral for this draw. Reminder, as always, your Kirkland Signature Alkaline Water for all your live stream hydration needs. Kirkland Signature, the official hydration of Wicked Slapshot Productions. Pilarski steps in for this draw. Leaves it for Pilarski. It comes all the way through Pilarski over to the wall. Pilarski down the far wall with it. Around the backside. Going to try the old wraparound. Gets out front, shoots. Goaltender got something on it. It goes behind the net. Kinger and Pilarski were beating, banging, whacking, and somebody knocked it in. I can't tell who. We'll see who goes first through the line. Might have been Pilarski. Or was it King? I don't know. Pilarski threw it in front. Pilarski and King were beating, banging, and whacking, and ended up in the net. It's 4-1 with 4:41 third period. It was either Pilarski or Kinger. I'm not sure. And I've got no way to know because it's not a home game, so I can't text anybody. As they drop it here, dies on the dot. And here come the Devils down the near wall. Kiesel stopped that one into the corner. Around the backside, Pilarski knocks it up the wall. Kiesel back to Pilarski. Oh, no, turned it over. Loose along the goal mouth. Now Kiesel beating, banging, whacking, trying to get it to Kanachi. Now Kiesel come out of there with it. Kiesel up the far wall, has Mrazek breaking. Kiesel tried to put it ahead for King. Too far. It'll go all the way down, and that will be an icing. 4:14. I'll come back down here. Dahl and Schuler, Kinger, Pilarski, and Niner. Looks like they moved Niner maybe up front with Pilarski and Kinger. We'll see. Or did they move Schuler up front? I really don't know. We'll find out as they drop to their positions. Over to the wall, Dahl. Dahl up ahead. Here she comes past the Niner. Dahl, red line dump. Niner's going to go chase, so it looks like it's Schuler and Dahl on D. Swiss Army Niner up front. Pilarski knocks that down. Niner can't get a stick on it. Out to the near point and out. Here come the Devils down the near wall. Kinger with a takeaway. Here comes King. She chips it around. King down the near wall. into the near corner. She's not going to have any type of angle on it. She got a shot off goaltender, scared the goaltender, knocked it down, and she had to struggle to find it and cover it with 3:38 to go, third period. They swap them out. Here comes Barfight, the Rig, and Yenny with Schuler and Dahl. Rig directing traffic here. You know what she wants to do. They got to put Barfight on the other side. I fundamentally believe that, but they don't as the Rig knocks it to the end wall. Now they're going to throw it. Dahl holds it momentarily, and this is going to turn into a break. Schuler's the only one back. Schuler whacks it to the wall, and the player, Schuler, falls down. She gets back up. Now it's loose. They bring it up the far wall. They stop. They turn. They spin. The Barfight knocked that down. Now behind Schuler. No, Dahl. Dahl across for Yenny. Yenny up. Yenny looking. Yenny in front of me, forgot the puck. She regained it, steered it ahead to the Rig. Rig into the zone. It's going to go to the far wall. No, they cut it off there. Over to the far wall. Rig steps over. She can't hold it. Now it comes. Back to Yenny. Yenny loses it. Now it's going to be Schuler. Schuler can't handle it. And here come the Devils down the far wall. Shot. Missed everything to the far side high. Devils throw it back in front. Kanachi directs it low. Schuler sends it up the wall. Not very far, though, as the Devils send it around behind. The Barfight has it. Here come Barfight up the far wall to Yenny. Yenny with the Rig breaking. Yenny can't get it to the Rig, and now they send it back the other way. Desai. Desai's looking up. Desai skating. Around one. Desai gets shouldered off the puck. Regains. Desai. Shouldered again. Loses the puck. Here come the Devils on a breakaway. Kanachi glove up. And they beat her on a breakaway again. Now it's 4-2. Kanachi's at it. Kanachi had a good look on that one. Just didn't get anything on it. They beat her. I think it was stick side. About mid-height at this terrible angles at this rink, but it looked like it was a point-blank shot. Beat her stick side. Got between her arm and her stick. And it's 4-2. With 2:26 to go. And we got a timeout by the Devils. All right, they come out for the last 2:26. After the goal, it's 4-2. Kinger, Pilarski, Niner up front now as Niner takes some pressure over to the far wall. Here come the Devils. Renewed life after that goal. Kiesel's going to chase it down behind Kanachi. Around the backside, she leaves it. Devils pick it up. It's loose out front. Got loose into the far corner. I don't like the way the Mo is moving right now. Devils still skating low with it. Gets all the way through and got blocked at the last second. Zivkovic up the wall. The Devils are aggressive right now. I do not like it. They pulled the goaltender. Now we've got it out to the far point. We're playing 6-on-5. Zivkovic's going to send it, and that got tipped. That's going to wave off the icing. She tipped it. He's going to call icing anyway, and that was tipped right here as it came out. That should not have been an icing call. Minute 50. That went off a Devils player. But they didn't see it. Somebody's saying it hit a player. Stripes doesn't care. Clardy-Taylor. Schuler's doing something with her equipment as the draw happens. Out to the far point. Shot! Gets all the way through to the far corner. Minute 43 to go. The goalie's out. We don't shoot at empty nets. Remember that. Around the backside. They're beating, they're banging. I can't see Stripes in the way. Dahl skates over. Clardy battling. Clardy and Dahl tied up on the wall. They can't. Schuler's going to pick it up. Schuler pulled down, no call. Out to the far point. They dump it to the far point there. Shot from the point. Missed everything to the near side. Minute 24. The clock is our friend at this point. We just need her to run. Shot from the near point. Doesn't get all the way through. Misses to the far side. Over to the far wall. They send it in there, loose, and it gets tipped, and now it's 4-3. I do not like this momentum. Our girls have lost the energy in the third period again. Now it's 4-3. As we got a tipped goal, and it goes in, and we're just losing our heart here in the third period, which seems to be a bit of a story lately. Kinger, Claherty, Pilarski, Desai, and Kiesel. 5-on-5 with a minute 14 to go, minute 13 to go. They drop it across. Pilarski overskated. She sends it in deep. Down behind the net. It's like the Devils have woken up all of a sudden. Loose across the front. Here they come. And you know that goalie's coming when they gain the zone. Here she comes. Around the backside. We're going to play 6-on-5 again. As Kiesel falls down. Now Pilarski picks it up. At this point, ice it. They cannot get it out. Now they'll chip it out. Claherty chips it up. Claherty fighting through heavy pressure. Claherty, that's interference. And they don't call it. Now it comes back the other way. Desai throws it down. Claherty slow to get up around the backside after that should have been an interference call. Claherty really struggling to get off the ice. Claherty struggling. You're going to send the niner out here when Claherty gets off. That was a lower body collision. 24 seconds to go. Pilarski backhands it ahead. Cannot knock it out. Deeper into the zone. Around the backside, Pilarski. Ice it. Oh, she can't clear it off the Devil. Loose into the slot. Kiesel picks it up there. Kiesel up the wall and out with 10 to go. Back to the red line. They send it up. That's offsides. They clear and reset. Pilarski's going to hold it there, and that'll do it. We'll get out of this one barely. 4-3. We got to check on the Riggs hip. We got to check on something lower with Claherty. Claherty's sitting on the bench, and there's definitely something lower going on over there. Michael's looking at it. And that's going to be another bad one with Klein and Marshall out. So they're working on it. I'll bring you the handshake. Get over the YouTube delay. We've got the Pride tonight in this same building. Not sure if it's the same sheet. As always, thank you for watching. Wicked Slapshot Productions.